Hi, I am Amber. I'm 24 years old and I have cystic fibrosis. CF is an extremely physical disease, but it also has a lot of emotional aspects to it. Physically, I feel tired almost all the time. I never really have a lot of energy. I cough a lot, which makes me even more tired usually. Most of the time it's just kind of a rundown feeling. But emotionally, I think for me anyway, is actually worse. Dealing with CF and everything that comes with it is really hard. Some days it's just the kind of feeling that you're just kind of a burden to everybody around you. And it's hard sometimes not being able to help out or contribute as much as you think you should. It's hard when you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, your treatments, taking your meds, making sure you get enough rest, eating enough, doing tube feedings, and you still end up getting sick. It's almost like, why try sometimes? But at the same time, I feel like having cystic fibrosis has made me the person I really am. I mean, I have learned to fight harder and to not take anything really for granted. I feel like if I didn't have CF, I would be a completely different person. Obviously physically, yeah, but just different. My attitude would be different, that kind of thing. Day-to-day life with CF is constantly changing. You never really know how you're gonna feel in 2 hours or 4 hours or the next day. A lot of times I can wake up and have a pretty good amount of energy, enough to do stuff around the house or go out and have lunch with a friend or go grocery shopping, and that energy is gone so quickly some days. For instance, I went to the post office and Petco the other day. And the post office is probably about 10 minutes from my house, maybe 15. And the Petco is another 5 beyond that, maybe. By the time I got up and got dressed and started driving to the post office, I was completely exhausted. I almost didn't make it to Petco, but I knew that I had to get some stuff for my dog, so I had to push myself to do that. But I mean, day to day, it's constant treatments, constant medication, oxygen for some people with CF. I have diabetes as well due to my cystic fibrosis, so blood sugar checks, insulin. Trying to force feed yourself when you don't feel like eating. It can definitely be hard. As far as relationships and how I feel like having CF changes or affects relationships with people I know or people I'm close to, I guess it really depends on the specific person. Some people I know treat me like I am this fragile little China doll, and if they touch me, they'll break me, which is definitely not the case. Some people treat me completely normally, and other people expect that I should be able to do everything normal people will do. I say normal. Nobody's really normal, but healthy people can do. It's frustrating when that happens because you can only explain how it feels. They cannot actually experience it. So they really don't know what it feels like to actually be sick all the time. So it's hard for most people to comprehend how it actually feels, which makes it difficult to have a relationship with certain people. I think I was about, well, actually, CF being progressive and eventually terminal, I've always known that as long as I can remember. But it didn't actually really fully hit me until this last year when I started going through lung transplant evaluation. I got married in February, and that was around the time I started my eval. And I just remember thinking throughout the next few months that I was really gonna die. Because my lung function was decreasing really fast, and we had to raise at least $15,000 in order for me to be put on the transplant list. And that was really hard, especially because we started fundraising, I believe in January or February. And it took a really, really long time to get any real sums of money or amounts of money raised. And that was really scary because, obviously my life depended on it, and it seemed like it seems like a lot of money. $15,000 is a ton of money. But when it's your life that is at risk, it's really hard to swallow that, I guess. It's hard to think about dying from CF, or dying in general is just hard to think about or wrap your head around. But I don't know, when you have that constant reminder every single day that you're gonna die early or young, it can really do some crazy things in your head. But I've learned to cope with those kind of days and the hard days. I am really big into listening to music and writing and artsy stuff. I like to draw and color and all that fun stuff. And for the most part, that helps. That works to get me kind of out of the darker place. Sometimes it's harder. And usually those times I am in a horrible mood for a couple hours or up to a couple days at a time. But I'm so lucky to have such amazing friends and family and the most incredible husband I could ever ask for. So, I guess that's it for me. But we're fighters. Everybody with CF is a fighter.